This video is sponsored by Squarespace, the all-in-one platform to build your brand online.
Hi, I'm kchoi. I post videos about my life as a management consultant in New York, except right now I am coming to you from London and I am on a little sabbatical, taking a break from corporate life. I'm not in London for the entirety of my sabbatical. I am just passing through here. I ran the Paris Marathon in early April, and then I have a friend from grad school who is running the London Marathon. So I decided to come over and support while I was, near the area. I don't know if it's just the people around me or it's the algorithm or it's this generational shift that's happening, but I am noticing more and more people are taking breaks from corporate or even fully pivoting away from that 9-to-5 corporate lifestyle for a variety of reasons. So in this video, I just wanted to share why I'm taking this sabbatical, what I'm planning to do, and what I want to get out of it. Now, I am fully planning to go back to my job at the end of the sabbatical, which is 3 months long. My company offers this leave program where you can take 1 to 3 months off unpaid and then come back to your job at the end of your leave. So I fully know and acknowledge how privileged I am to be able to take this unpaid sabbatical or self-funded sabbatical, some people might call it, and that my partner is on board with it as well because we share our finances. So I am really, really lucky and grateful for this opportunity. So without further ado, let's get into the reasons I'm taking this sabbatical in the first place. Number one is life events and travel. So I just mentioned that I did the Paris Marathon at the beginning of April. So I already knew that this trip was happening and I was planning to take 2 weeks off of work regardless, just as vacation. And then in the midst of planning that trip, my mom let me know that she and my dad were gonna go to Korea for a month or so in the spring. My grandma on my mom's side lives in Korea and she's actually turning 90. She's also my last living grandparent. And so I just really wanted to go and be there, spend time in Korea with family that I have there. I haven't been to Korea since 2018. So I just thought I really wanna go, and Korea is really far away as well. So it's not like you can really go there for just a week or a few days. I thought it's probably best for me to take some extended time off. Reason number two is simply that I wanted a break. I mean, I graduated from college in 2013, so it's been over 10 years that I've been working, I guess minus the year that I did grad school. But I worked in public relations for 2-3 years, did my grad school stint, and then I've been working at this current job for 6.5 years. So I thought that in the grand scheme of things, a 3-month break would be a good idea. And reason number three is family planning. So I do in the future want to have a kid or kids, whatever is in the cards. And I am prepared for the fact that this will change many things about my life. So along with just taking a break from the corporate 9-to-5 grind, it's also just a way for me to have some dedicated time to myself, with my friends, with my family, before taking on a new life stage. Before I get into the things I want to get out of this sabbatical, quick pop in to tell you about the sponsor of this video, which is Squarespace. Where do I begin with how much I love Squarespace? It's an all-in-one platform where you can build your brand online, you can host your domain, build your website, whatever kind of website you have, whether it's for a blog, a podcast, a restaurant, a store, services that you provide. Squarespace has lots of beautiful templates that you can choose from and then personalize and customize to your branding. I use Squarespace for my blog where I post travel guides of places that I visit, and I use it for my podcast website, samchapodcast.com, the podcast that I co-host with 2 of my friends, and I'm biased, but I think it's great. If you sell products or services, then Squarespace has tons of tools where you can create your shop listings, you can schedule appointments, you can manage payments. All the tools are in one place, which is just so convenient and one of the reasons I love Squarespace. As a runner, I'm a real big data person. Like, I'm constantly looking at my watch data from my runs. So I really appreciate that Squarespace has analytics tools so you can see who is visiting your website and from what countries and what parts of your website are they most interested in. All this stuff is super helpful for you to then be able to connect with your audience more and be really strategic about your site. So if you are looking to create a website or just want to check Squarespace out, then you can go to squarespace.com/kchoi to get a free trial. And then when you're ready, you can use my code kchoi to get 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Info's in the description box to check it out. And thank you, Squarespace, for sponsoring this video. So next is what I plan to do during this sabbatical. And number one is to journal. This is something that my therapist recommended when I let her know that I was going to be taking this sabbatical, is just journal and write down my reflections, how I'm feeling. It's not very often that you get to just use your whole day how you want. And so it's good for me to just take a step back and reflect on how I'm feeling throughout these next 3 months. The last time I regularly journaled on paper was in 2012 when I did my semester abroad in undergrad, and I remember those 5 months so clearly because I journaled every day. And so while I don't know that I'm going to be able to journal every day, I do at least want to journal like once or twice a week, and I think that'll really help me like solidify this time in my life and be able to look back on it and learn stuff from it. I also sort of journaled when I came to grad school in London in 2016 because that's when I started doing weekly vlogs. So I definitely understand the power of journaling and capturing the events and things around you. So I'm excited to get back into that. Speaking of my London vlogs back from 2016, another thing I want to do during these next few months is focus on my content. I've really fallen out of a solid routine when it comes to creating content just because that happens when you have other priorities like work and a social life, and running has also kind of taken over a lot of my life as well. Content creation has always been something fun for me to do on the side, and I do plan on keeping it that way, but I would love to be able to bring some more focus and structure to it. I recently posted my Bali travel guide on this channel, and I've been sitting on that footage for like 5-6 months, I think, after the trip, and I think in that time I only got 5-10% of the video done. And then when it was my last week of work before I left for this sabbatical, I cranked out the rest of the video in like 2 days. And so I think that was just a sign to me that I must have had, or I have, a mental block just with the way that I'm spending my time. And so by freeing myself for the time being from my corporate job, I'm hoping, and I'm willing to put in more time into my content. And finally, the third thing I want to get out of this time off is to reflect on my career path. As I said, I fully intend on going back to my job and continuing my work there, but I'm also at a point in my career where it's time for me to think about like how I want to progress in the company, how I want to show up as a leader and all of that. I feel like when you're in the thick of working with teams and working on projects, you don't always get the time to think about that development journey. I mean, we're supposed to, and we do have some checkpoints built in, but it can be hard to really think about what you want. And so I am really planning to think about that and have some questions and ideas to bring back to my manager when I start back up at my job again, so then we can together think about a path forward in my career. So real simple, those are 3 reasons I'm taking this sabbatical, 3 things I want to focus on or get out of it. Again, I feel so lucky to be able to take this time off for myself. I'm just really excited to feel rejuvenated. I'm like excited to be excited to go back to work. I don't know, that probably sounds really weird to some people. I'm also excited to be more active here and on Instagram and create more running content as well. That's just something that is a real big passion of mine right now. So I love to be able to share what I learned from it. As I mentioned, I'm going to be in Korea for part of this sabbatical, so I am really excited to make Korea content. When I visited Korea in 2013 with my mom, that was actually the first time I tried daily vlogging. You can dig through my channel to find those videos from over 10 years ago, but I'm excited to go back to Korea and do some more exploring and documenting of my time there. Let me know if you have any questions about my leave, and let me know your stories as well if you're considering taking time off, or if you have, or if you're taking an untraditional career path. I would love to hear your stories. I'm in London right now to support my friend in the London Marathon, so I need to get ready so that I can go to the sidelines and cheer her on. Thanks for watching this little update, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.